Hello there, and welcome to the Final Wager. I'm Keith Williams. Gonna try things a little bit differently this time. I often feel pressure to create a different video or recap for every game, but there are some times that I just want to watch a show and not have to worry about filming something. Maybe I'm having a bad hair day, or I'm just tired and don't want to do anything except for play along with the show. And I figured a nice compromise would be to try recapping the entire week and taking questions and just doing one, maybe longer than usual video. So we'll see how it goes. If you have any questions while I'm doing this, feel free to write something in the comment box that I think appears. I don't know where it appears actually on the live YouTube stream, but we'll give it a go. We had a four-time champ this week, and bumping Philip Tew down one spot. So we'll see if he can hang on. I don't know where that cutoff is going to be. Maybe I'll try to figure that out. But I had a good start last time. I almost predicted Kristen Sawsville's total, but the rest was a bit of a mess. So there's some math behind it, but it's just playing with numbers and hoping to get lucky. All right, I think y'all know where I want to start this week. Let me make sure that I have it up. I have a few Excel sheets open. Yeah, let's start with Monday's game because this was just a real head slapper. Three really good scores. A lot of big daily double wagers. Some, I think, if I recall correctly, could have been even bigger. I should have taken notes. I guess if I do this again next week, I will keep that in mind when I'm watching. Even if I don't record something immediately, I can go back and talk about it. They got Justin 17,000, 16.6 for Hobie, Allison 13.2. Now, if you've been watching this for any length of time, you know that Justin's going to have to go big here. And Hobie's going to have to go fairly big as well to cover Allison. So Allison in third place is going to want to sit tight. Now, I want to make sure I have these numbers right because I think that was it 17.2 for Justin, actually, now I think about it? Yeah, I think that actually makes more sense. Yeah, okay. Let me just fix that really quickly. Okay. Either way, it's not going to really matter. Allison should have wagered something fairly small. Let's do the math. Hobie doubles up. He's going to have 33.2, so that's going to be 16,000 out of... And now I think I don't have the numbers right again. Hold on, let me just double check the numbers. I don't know how I got that so wrong. Or maybe someone miswagered. I didn't actually look at the numbers. I just remember muttering under my breath not so very nice things. Although I didn't mean them. Everyone who goes on the show is under a lot of pressure, as you know. And under the lights, strange things happen to people's brains. Yeah, I did have those numbers right. Wow, okay. So let's put Justin back at 17,000. So that's going to be 16.2 for Justin. And yeah, I hope he's still right. Yeah, okay. If he's wrong with that wager, he's going to be left with 800. So Hobie and Allison both have a very wide range that they can take advantage of here. 15.8 for Hobie, and for Allison's going to be 12.4. Now, Allison doubles up. She's going to have 13.2 times 2 is 26.4. So that's going to be 9,800 out of Hobie. That's going to be his range there. Now, we could get into some... Well, I should do... If Hobie misses, that's going to be 6,800. So Allison should probably cap her wager at 6,400. Put that there. And now, we could do zero cover wagers. I'm not overly concerned. That would be, what, 3,800 out of Allison just to cover that zero wager by Justin, which is extremely unlikely. I guess Justin could wager up to 400. Yeah, so what actually happened? Allison missed and wagered 12.8, which put her at 400. And you know that Justin's going to have 799 if he's wrong. Hobie wagered almost everything and left himself with 600. So at this point, Justin's looking pretty good, but he wagered 15,801, which, well, let's look, if he had gotten it right and Hobie had doubled up, then Hobie would have won. But at this rate, Justin still would have won by $201, and I'm hoping that I really do have these numbers right, because otherwise it's, I mean, either way, Hobie and Allison overwagered. That's all there is to it. And Justin got lucky there. I think it was the second one? Yeah, it was the second one. Okay. Well, I got some questions here. When's the TOC? I have no idea. What do I think it'll be? Next May. And the reason for that is I don't think it's going to be February. I haven't heard anything about anything taping in the next couple months. Probably have a college championship coming up. Because I know they had tryouts recently, and I don't see a reason they would prolong that until May. But maybe I'm just completely out of the loop now. A lot of screaming at the television? Yes. And as I mentioned, there's a lot of muttering under the breath. Excel game on point. Thank you very much. I spent a long time crafting this calculator, and I'm glad that I get to play with it a little bit live for all of you watching right now. Let's go to Tuesday, which was another scream at the TV moment. Another, well, this is more of a why did you play sort of thing. If you're not going to play to win, I say don't even come and play in the first place, because someone else could play and would want to win. And you're taking that spot away. So here's what happened. Justin has 15,200. Dan has 10,000. Justin has more than 1.5 times Dan's total, so he is in the driver's seat here. He's in a crush. He's got a crush over Dan, I should say. It's jargon. It's late on a Sunday night. What do you want out of me? Dan knows he's going to have 20,000, so Justin's going to wager 48.01. I gotta say, Justin was in the lead for every single game that he played, which is a hugely advantageous situation, as we saw in Friday's game, which I will conclude this video with in a little bit. But we know that Justin is going to wager 4,800, maybe up to 5,000. He's going to have 10-4. Dan has to get it right to have a chance. He's got to go for everything, or maybe leave a dollar or two. He actually did that. He went for 99.99, but he got it wrong. Jennifer has to get it right. If she does double up, she's going to have 11-2. So might as well go for it. She got it right, but she only wagered, what was it, 1,800? And cue the groaning and this motion that I just did with my hand down my face, because that's pretty much the same thing I do every single time something happens if I'm not. Or perhaps in addition to muttering things under my breath. But Justin did get it right. Wagered 48.01, brought himself up to 20,001 for the day, and increased his winnings. Ended up winning Wednesday, losing Thursday in that 2-player Final Jeopardy. And that's going to bring us to Friday's game, which I'll pull up in a sec. Let's see, I'm still kind of getting the driver's seat on this, so I don't know. Okay, no harm, no foul said this week. There's actually twice. Was that on Thursday's game that Alex said it twice, and I was pretty sure that the second time he said it, he had me in mind, and no, he doesn't. He doesn't care about me. He doesn't care about many past contestants, I don't think. But Alex, if you're watching, hi. I have not yet been to your son's restaurant in Harlem, but I'll get there someday. I have no idea how you're doing this. Yeah, I don't either. As I mentioned. I'm gonna go back to Friday's game. Anyone has any questions about the Final Jeopardies or any of the strategy we saw this week? Let me know, because I think I did pretty well on Final Jeopardy this week. There were a couple that one about the flag of Peter the Great and the colors of the Russian flag. That was a tough one if you don't know the colors of flags in Europe, and if you don't know that the Netherlands is a particularly important place for sailors. But yeah, France is a decent guess on that one. I think someone said Italy or Belgium, which not so much. But again, it's very rare that flags of the world come up, And I know there are some vexillologists out there watching who will disagree with me and say it's very important to know about different fields and different hoists and what have you. And Nepal is the only flag that is not a rectangle. It's that little double triangle thing. All right, let's look at this one. Asim had a tough game today. It's often said that the first game is the hardest. Obviously, you're coming in against a player who probably has experience, unless there's some weird situation. And you can put everything you have into that first game, and the second game you're just entirely wiped. And it looked like that happened to Asim today. I say today because I just watched this game a couple minutes ago. So Ryan had the lead briefly after a big daily double. Was it from Ryan or from Tim? I can't remember who did it, but he fell out of the lead with that miss toward the end there. Was it The Beautiful Clue? And man, one of them said Hamilton, and what was the other one? Something even funnier. I can't remember, but someone in the comments please help me on this one. Am I going to go back to do the analysis on the team tournament? No, probably not. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll have a change of heart. Have I tried out for Jeopardy? How many times have I tried out for Jeopardy? Just once. And that was successful. I don't know how. I really faked personality back then. But, no, it is what it is now. So this is why it's important to have the lead. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but most of the time, the majority of the time, the player in the lead will win the game. Here it's a little tougher because Ryan and Tim are so close, and Ryan has quite a range he can safely put up. Assuming if he doubles up, he's going to have 8,400. So Ryan could wager up to 8,599 basically. And he's going to want to wager at least 1,000, but preferably at least 2,000, just in case Tim does something sneaky and tries to force Ryan to get it right. You could do that by wagering something like 950. He'd have 17,050, and Ryan would still have 17,000 and still have to get it right. So 950, Ryan's wager of 1515 is not going to cover that. So I didn't like it so much, but it did cover the zero wager. But Tim had confidence in his game, went for not 1,700, 17,000, and finished the week with a very handsome payday, 35,000. We'll see him on Monday. And if he didn't get that one, I would say the important part of that clue about the Loch Ness Monster was that it was in the Daily Mail, first of all, which is a British publication. And second of all, it was in the 30s, which would lead you to a black and white photo. The famous Bigfoot photo was pretty sure from the 70s, and it's definitely in color, or some, I'm sure there's some Instagram filter based on whatever that color scheme was, sort of grainy. I don't even know how you describe it, but if you've seen the photo, you know what I'm talking about. I hope. All right, let me check one more time. Driving here, I don't see any more questions, but I guess I'll leave it at that. 13-minute video, not bad for a full week. And I guess I'll publicize this a little bit farther in advance, thanks to the several of you who are watching right now, and thanks to those of you who will watch it in the future. Probably going to reconfigure the website pretty soon, too, to reflect doing this on a weekly basis. But that's for tomorrow. Might be time for sleep now. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time right here on The Final Wager.